Welcome to 2020 Pollbook Training. This training will cover the basics of using pollbooks on Election Day.
A pollbook is a device that combines pre-registration check-in and Election Day registration into one function. Pollbook judges work with iPads that sit on battery bases and are connected to printers. The pollbooks synchronize and receive downloads from Hennepin County throughout the day via a secured Wi-Fi network called a hotspot. The pollbooks use touchscreen and Bluetooth technology to perform these functions. It does not record votes. The software is intuitive and will not let you proceed without filling in all the required information.
Setting up the pollbook begins with the hotspot. Attach the two antennas to the back of the hotspot. Plug the hotspot into an electrical outlet, extension cord, or power strip. Place the hotspot at least 20 inches away from the pollbooks, but no more than 30 feet away. Do not place the hotspot near cell phones, microwaves, or refrigerators. The device will power up after being plugged in. It can take up to 2 minutes. After powering on, the lights on the front of the device will illuminate. The light on the front left side of the device will indicate connection to the cell tower. This light can appear in different colors, red, green, or blue. The 5 bars located above indicate signal strength. The power indicator light on the far right side of the device should be solid green. The light to the left of the power indicator will illuminate when the pollbook is connecting to the secure Wi-Fi network. Once the hotspot is connected, proceed to set up the pollbook printer. Open the pollbook carrying case and remove the printer, adapter, and power cords. Verify the numbers match on the printer, pollbook, and case. Verify that the on-off switch, located on the left side of the printer, is in the off position before setting it up. Connect the power cord to the transformer box. Plug the connector into the back of the printer. Plug the printer into a wall outlet or power strip. Turn on the printer. Watch for the green power light on the front panel. Use the safety tape provided to bundle and tape down cords keeping voters and election judges from tripping. Next, set up the pollbook. Place the pollbook face down on a flat surface with the ID holder to the right. Take the stand arm, squeeze the green buttons on the side of the arm, and place in the circular opening on the back of the pollbook. Release the buttons and turn the arm slightly until you hear a click. Slide the ID holder into place on the back of the pollbook. Place the stand arm in the pollbook battery base. Adjust the pollbook to a suitable angle. Locate the green power cord and plug into the pollbook by the home button. Weave the cord from behind through the stand arm and plug into the front of the battery base. Once connected, the battery base will turn on. The words "Poll Pad" on the battery base and the blue lights should face the election judges. If the battery base does not turn on, press the On button on the base. Blue lights indicate the power is on. As the pollbook powers on, you will see an Apple icon. When the Apple icon disappears, press the Home button. On the next screen, touch the Poll Pad icon at the bottom of the screen. On this screen, check accuracy of polling location, 7 a.m. precinct records, that the check-in count is 0, the battery life is over 80%, the election name and date are correct, and verify the connection to the hotspot and the printer are both green. Press the green printer icon and select Test Print. A sample receipt will print. Press Get Started. Now the pollbook is ready to process voters.
The hotspot maintains secure connectivity between the pollbooks and Hennepin County. It allows for real-time updates to be provided to the pollbooks throughout Election Day and for check-in and registration data to be transmitted to Hennepin County after the polls close. Your polling place will have one of 2 kinds of pollbook hotspots. Either one with 2 antennas, like the one shown in the pollbook setup video, or one with 4 antennas. Follow the instructions provided by your city for setup. The hotspot may take a few minutes to turn on completely and must be set up before assembling the poll books.
Polling places are unique and may have limited options within the building to set up the poll books. In this example, there are 2 poll books set up on one table. Electrical cords are well managed under the table, and there is suitable space provided for voters with disabilities. 2 poll book judges can share containers for the signed voter signature certificates. One bin is smaller. This one is for pre-registered voters. And one bin is longer. This one is for newly registered voters and includes the signature certificate with the voter registration application. On the voter lookup entry screen, ask the voter their name. Enter the first 3 letters of their last and first names into their appropriate fields. Select the search button. After searching, the poll book will display a list of registered voters in the precinct. The judge selects the name of the voter that is checking in to vote. Take care to select the correct voter. Use the voter's middle name and birth date if necessary. When the voter's name is selected from the list, the voter confirmation screen automatically displays. Turn the screen around for the voter to see. Is the information accurate? Did you select the correct voter? If the voter verifies their information is accurate and complete, turn the screen back to you and press the Accept button. If the wrong voter was selected, press the Go Back button to return to the previous screen and choose the correct voter from the list. After the poll book judge presses Accept, the printer will print a voter signature certificate. The poll book judge points out the oath on the certificate and asks the voter to affirm the oath. The voter verifies their name and address is complete and correct, then signs the certificate and returns it to the poll book judge. Poll book judges must take care that all the certificates have been placed into the container facing the same direction. It is very important that all signed voter signature certificates stay at the poll book table.
A voter's receipt will print from the poll book printer. Give this to the voter and direct them to the demonstration judge. The roster correction form is used only to correct typographical errors in the state voter registration system. Poll book judges must select the type of correction from the 4 options on the form: name misspelled, duplicate record, date of birth incorrect, or date of birth missing. A voter who has changed addresses, even apartment numbers, or changed their name must re-register. In the example shown, a voter named Lillian Joseph Ingram, spelled without an H, is listed as Ingram, spelled with an H. This error should be recorded on the roster correction form. After the form is returned to election headquarters, it will be used to update the state voter registration records. The report of deceased voter form is used when a voter informs the judge that a registered voter listed in the state voter registration system has died. Instruct the registered voter to complete the report of deceased voter form. Ask the voter to provide as much information as they know about the deceased voter. The information will be verified and the state voter registration records will be updated. If the voter's name is highlighted and the letters A, B are displayed next to the voter's name and address on the poll book screen, an absentee ballot has already been accepted and counted for this voter. They may not vote again on Election Day.
If the challenged voter screen appears when a voter's name has been selected, the voter's registration has been challenged. Voters may be challenged for many reasons, such as having a postal return, currently serving a felony sentence, or having voted out of their correct precinct. The judge must complete additional steps before the challenged voter can continue the voting process. Be discreet and courteous when processing a challenged voter. If a voter's name is shown with the challenge notation, follow the challenge process detailed on the poll book screen. First, administer the following oath to the voter. Do you solemnly swear that you will fully and truly answer all questions put to you concerning your eligibility to vote in this election? Ask the questions displayed on the poll book screen. If the voter's answer indicate they are eligible, press Clear Challenge on the screen. A voter's signature certificate will print. Have the voter sign the certificate and allow them to vote. If the voter refuses to swear to the oath, do not allow the person to vote. Make sure the voter understands they cannot come back later in the day and take the oath. Press Challenge Refused. If the voter's answers to the questions do not satisfy the judge that the voter is eligible, press Challenge Failed. Before pressing Challenge Failed or Challenge Refused, ask your head judge to review the situation and consult with your city clerk. This information must be included on the Election Day incident log. As the poll book judge, you help eligible persons to register and vote in your city. You must make 2 attempts to search for a voter using the regular and advanced search features. When the poll book is unable to find the voter, a No Records Found box will appear. Click OK. Press the Advanced Search button and use the voter's date of birth without any other search criteria. Enter the date of birth and press Search. A No Records Found box will appear again. Click OK. This process will ensure that duplicate voter registrations are not created for the same person. After making 2 attempts to locate the voter in the poll book, verify the voter has the correct state-approved documents before registering them. Refer to the resources provided by your city clerk for a list of documents that are allowed. Click on the Register button to begin creating a new voter record. Creating a new voter registration is a step-by-step process. Step 1. The poll book will prompt you to ask the voter questions regarding their U.S. citizenship and age. Ask, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" Select yes or no. Ask, "Are you at least 18 years old today?" Select yes or no. If the voter answers yes to both questions, press Next to move to the next screen. Step 2. If the voter has a current driver's license or state ID card, scan it and the information will automatically be added. If not, you must manually enter the voter's information into the correct fields. Touch the first name field and enter the voter's first name. Touch the last name field and enter the voter's last name. If the voter has a middle name or initial, enter this information too. Touch DOB and enter the voter's date of birth. Required fields have a red asterisk. After all required fields are completed, select Next. Step 3. Enter the house number. Then touch the street name field and only enter the first letter or number of the street. Wait for the drop-down menu to appear. Scroll to find the correct street. Touch the correct street name. All the remaining fields will auto-populate. Do not attempt to manually enter this information. Always use the drop-down menu to make your selections. Select Next. A pop-up box appears. Ask the voter if they have an apartment or unit number with their address. If the voter's address information doesn't include this information, select Yes, I did. Touch Next. If the voter's address information should include an apartment or unit number, select No, go back, and fill in this information. Step 4. Remember, if you scan the voter's current license, the driver's license number will auto-populate. If not, select the down arrow to choose from the options and enter the appropriate ID number. Click Next. Step 5. Select each arrow on the screen for residency type, type of ID, and other information from the drop-down menus. Select the appropriate answers provided under each field. You may need to manually enter some information. Select Next.
For this screen, ask the voter if they have been registered under a previous name or address. If they have, enter that information here. When finished, press Next to continue.
Step 7. Turn the poll book for the voter to see. Ask the voter to verify all information has been entered correctly. Poll book judges must do this with every new and updated registration. Put your initials in the box and press Submit. The poll book will inform you that the voter's registration was accepted. Press Accept. A new screen will appear with the voter's information highlighted and marked EDR for Election Day registration.
The voter's Election Day registration and voter signature certificate forms print together as one long tape. Ask the voter to verify all information is correct before signing the tape in 2 places. Fold the tape in half with the information on the inside. Place the signed, folded tape into the container provided for Election Day registrations. A voter's receipt will print from the poll book printer. Give this to the voter and direct them to the demonstration judge. If a voter has changed their name or address but has an active voter registration record within the precinct, the Update Registration function can be used. The process for updating a voter's registration is nearly identical to the new registration process. When updating a registration, an easy proof of residence option the voter can use is valid registration in precinct. To update a voter's registration, select the voter's record, then select Update Registration at the bottom of the voter confirmation screen. You'll then proceed through the registration process.
After the polls close and the last voter has checked in, all the precinct poll books must be synchronized one last time. Touch the cloud icon and a pop-up box appears. Select Synchronize now to complete this process. Always check with your head judge before closing the poll books.
Following the 8 p.m. close of polls and after checking in the last voter, the poll books must be synchronized. When the head judge gives the okay, the poll book judges perform this action. Once the poll books are synchronized, turn off the printer. Unplug the printer from the wall outlet or power strip. Disconnect the printer cable from the transformer box and the printer. Place the printer in the case, making sure the printer number and case number match. Unplug and remove the green power cord. Verify the blue lights are not lit on the base. Remove the stand arm from the poll book base. Lay the poll book face down on a flat surface and remove the ID holder. To remove the stand arm, press the buttons on the side of the arm and spin the arm until it releases. Fold the stand arm to fit in the case. Press and hold the power and home buttons on the poll book at the same time for about 8 to 10 seconds. When the screen turns black, immediately release the buttons. Touch the home button to verify the poll book is off. Place all items back into the poll book case. Verify the printer, poll book, and case numbers match. The last item is to close down the hotspot. Unplug the hotspot. Remove the two antennae from the back of the device and place the equipment back into the appropriate container.
Before Election Day, be sure to spend time reviewing any training materials you receive from your city and reach out to your city with any questions you may have. Don't feel like you need to know all the answers, especially if this is your first time serving as an election judge, but do try to have a good idea of where to find the answer to a question you have. Bring your training materials with you on Election Day to refer to as needed, and know that you've always got the support of your fellow election judges and your city. This presentation was created by a team of cities in collaboration with Hennepin County staff. Special thanks to the cities of Edina and Bloomington for developing most of the media included in this presentation.